Pro-Palestinian protesters marched through parts of Manhattan today, but police say some of the demonstrators ended up blocking an NYPD vehicle that was responding to a call about a bomb threat. Fox 5 Stephanie Bertini joins us live right now in Times Square with details on this. Hi, Stephanie.
Arthur, the calls to police had them rushing here to West 42nd Street and 7th Avenue. Ultimately, the NYPD determined the explosive they were called about was not a threat, but this could have been a lot worse, and some of those demonstrators are now in jail. Chaos in Times Square, protesters clashing with police. From above, you can see the sheer numbers, the crowd massive in this Citizen Ave video. And up close, you could hear the NYPD trying to control the crowd. Those in the crowd, according to the NYPD, pro-Palestinian protesters who, through their demonstration, police say, blocked cops from responding to a call at West 42nd Street and 7th Avenue about a potential explosive device. Please keep moving. Keep moving. It seems some tried to encourage the others to keep it moving, but ultimately, police had to use restraints. Earlier in the day, the protest started in Washington Square Park. Demonstrators marched up 6th Avenue and ended up in Times Square. Their pro-Palestinian messaging had nothing to do with why police were called. The NYPD says a call about a grenade found inside an Uber vehicle just after 4 p.m. had police rushing to respond. But that response was delayed by the protesters blocking the police, according to the NYPD. Ultimately, investigators determined there was no threat.
In the United States, we have a right to protest, but when you start...
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakwa Kodash. The balance to apostles of GMS and sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. And I'm showing this clip not specifically because of what's going on here, but the fact that you can only imagine what martial law is like, or even just the fact that they can equate, or not equate, or just the simple fact that they could even probably try to set up some type of scenario where they quote unquote catch Israelites a part of this, and set up the usual set up things to pretty much try to get us out of the way, because that's Esau's main goal, is for us to be seen as terrorists, not to join us, and all this other stuff. And we're watching for stuff like this because there's going to be a time where we will be targeted, especially during Jacob's trouble. But we're being technically targeted now at some points, and it's just not being shown openly. But when Esau, because Esau has his hand in everything, including that whole protest of BS. It's not hard for him to put an agent in there to make it seem like we're a part of it, or we're in charge of it, or some other stuff. And who knows? It may not even be with something like this. It could be with something else, right? Because, like I said, there's going to be a time when Esau is going to start cracking down on a lot of stuff. This could just be one part of it. Who knows? I don't think I felt like I've done a video similar to this before, but not fully going into it. And this probably be a short clip, anyways. But yeah, you're gonna have all sorts of ways to get us taken out and all this other stuff, especially when they start implementing more laws saying that we can't go out and do certain things because of certain stuff like this. And we're for it, because the more Esau has to crack down, the more we know these prophecies are kicking in, because he's going to set up some type of scenario, or it could be an attack. It doesn't matter. They'll pin us as the bad ones, but that's going to only be, who knows when that's going to be. But we know it's going to happen. Just like we know that this empire is falling. Just like we know that all sorts of things are kicking up right now. I'm not even just talking about this place, but you had the whole entire world rising up, especially with seeing apparitions that's going about. Different, all the military's rising up, and we're seeing the Heavenly Father's power rise, not rising, but showing. It's being shown. Because a lot of this stuff we talk about, it's been proven. A lot of these people want to negate it and try to find some other way about it, around it. There's no other way around it. There never has been. So, just to go into it a little bit more, this is Ezekiel 3:17. It says, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me." And see, we don't talk at these people because we're trying to wake up everybody. We're only out here to wake up the hopeful elect. The rest of these people need to be blinded because we understand this truth. We understand that not everybody's going to get it. We understand that this is what we need to watch out for. Constantly, every day, all the time. Day and night, it doesn't matter. The Lord gave us a specific job to watch out for things. And that's even going as far as prophecy, as far as for to see. We see that when we feel like certain things are going to happen, we'll bring it out. It may not be the exact same thing that we go out to say, but we know it's going to happen because the Lord gives us that hopeful ability that to see to get that foresight of seeing things. So that's what it's called, foresight. It's much like being an elder, really. You got the wisdom. Even in the world, they can see certain things, but a lot of them be blinded. But in this truth, you want to see a whole lot more. That's when you get the apostles and elders. They have that wisdom. They'll bring out what they have the feeling of what's going to happen. It can even happen in with younger brothers too. But just that wisdom is always more powerful, right? I'm gonna keep going. It says, "When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand." Actually, I was supposed to stop there, but it's still good regardless, because it's still a good reminder that, hey, be aware of these things. Because if we're not telling you, what are we doing? Right? The fact that you can see a certain thing and have this feeling in your gut, like, hey, something might actually happen, and then Lord behold, it happens. That's a spiritual thing. Because even with these protests, or your brother might see that they're going to do something with the government, and boom, it happens. May not happen now, may not even happen in his lifetime, but it can happen in the next one, right? These things are all very important because we know that the value of this place is dropping so far that these people ain't even holding up to the gimmick of the illusion of basically saying, yeah, I'm happy, America's still fine, all this other stuff. No, you hear a lot of people pissed off about this place. Even the actual residents of this people are pissed off. That's why they're holding riots, not just because of this Palestine thing, but even beforehand. The whole thing with Trayvon Martin, all these other people, people that have died because of cops and all this other stuff. You mean to tell me these people was actually happy? Yeah, we live in a society where our butts get blown away left and right, and now all of a sudden there's riots. But see, the value of this place no longer holds the current, or not currency. It no longer holds anything. No weight, no water. It may hold the value of the dollar, but the value of this place is still crummy. That's why a lot of these countries are trying to move away from this, right? But that's why we always have that goal of doing what the Heavenly Father tells us to do, but also just save for to see, right? So this is Psalms 137:7, right? It says, "Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, or rise it, which means raise it, which means burn it, even to the foundation thereof." And see, that's also why it goes back to Ezekiel 3:17, because these are the things we watch out for, right? because Esau wants to get rid of our foundation. He wants our foundation to fall and burn because guess what? We are a threat to his power. The Heavenly Father is, of course, number one. But the fact that the Lord put us out there is like, hey, show them my power. And boom, there it is. That's a problem to Esau. So now he's got to kick up things. He got to pick up the pace and all this other stuff, right? It says, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. And see, that's what Esau wants us to be, is destroyed left and right. You see how people act. You see them why they got all these different mindsets and all this other stuff, which is nothing new, especially with how our previous captivities were, right? It says, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones, right? And see, that's the main thing, whether he gets his own people to do it or he gets us to do it. Well, not us, but he gets our own people to do it. Because the whole goal is to keep us out of things. He's not concerned about these people having protests. He's concerned about us having that pretty much, how should I say, throwing the wrench in there to make things worse. That makes his plans a whole lot harder. But like I said, the main thing is being watchful of certain things. Because it may not even lead to this, but it could lead to something else. We watch for the things Esau set up. We watch for all these things. Who knows? The whole bomb thing could have been set up by him. Because you got a lot of crazy people out here. But guess what? That's still more proof that this place don't have no real value. Because guess what? This place is getting crummier and crummier. People are going to do more and more crazy things. Don't be surprised when they actually start setting off bombs. And then, but if they do, we toast to it. If they do it, they do it. That's a them problem. But it's also the fact that we getting out of this place. So that's pretty much all I wanted to go into that. So Lord willing, this is edifying. And for that, shalom.